Okay, hello. Uh, Welcome back to the NES Emulator Development Challenge, 2 weeks or less edition. So basically, the first thing that we got to do today is we got to replace this admittedly pretty cool glowy square that changes when I wiggle the mouse with a real rendering of our emulator's frame buffer. So basically what we want to do, oops, first of all, let's close some of these that aren't super relevant at the moment. And what we want to do, so this main.txt or main.rs is where this is running currently. And we just need to glue that together with the donkey, which is basically this bit. So instead of while true execute, we want to move the execute into the system main loop, which, is that something that we defined? No, apparently not. So how are we going to do this? My app.show textures. Right, I remember this vaguely. There's like a support thing, which is this bit, which is what does the main looping stuff. So what if we make it take and mute CPU? That's obviously not going to build on account of not having it imported. So let's do that. Use red CPU. All right. What is the first thing that this takes? Is a bool. Okay. CPU. Or well, I guess just CPU. All right. How does this work exactly? Oh. I want to see in the support file main loop. How do you get called exactly? Main loop F. You pass it. Oh. Hello, kitty. Hey. Oh, he's a good boy. Run UI. Which is called right there. Okay, this is obviously not the most elegant way to do this, but we're just going to do it anyway. And we're just going to pass it after this bit. We will pass CPU. And then it will also be passed and mute CPU right there. And we'll see how this goes. Can't find create mapper, can't find log. Expected 3 parameters to show textures. Which, yeah, okay. Show textures. What is this data bit exactly? Oh, the data is kind of the frame buffery thing, so actually we can get rid of that. We just want CPU. And instead of passing in data, just pass in CPU. And that, of course, is not going to work because CPU is gone, but whatever, it's fine. And we want to import a bunch of these from here because we're going to need them. Okay. Because there's no pub mod. Oh, there is a pub mod INS, so why isn't that working? Unresolved import. Unresolved import, huh? Oh, well, okay. That explains why I pasted them into totally the wrong file. Lol. Rust, yeah. Awesome. Are you a Rust fan this week? I guess I should probably put Rust, like, in the title or something, because people keep showing up being both surprised and excited that I'm using Rust. Okay. Post that. Okay, so that ought to work. Log is obviously not a real thing because I didn't make one. Guess we can just go ahead and do that, even though it's not really used right now. Drop it right there. And then, yeah, it is a nice language. Yeah, I agree. I like it a lot. All right, so then we had data. Register textures. Probably also needs to do that, huh? Register textures. Where do you get called, huh? Right here. Okay. So we need to give our PPU and our CPU, really. We can put it on the CPU. But we need a method to get the pixel buffer. Pub fun get frame buffer self yields a reference to U8, I guess. And it's just going to return a borrow of CPU.ppu or self.ppu.frame buffer, which I think is what it's called. Oh, no, it's U32s, not U8s. Easy enough. And then in here, instead of passing data in, we're going to pass in CPU.get frame buffer, which is going to be U32. Client format. Okay, so I was looking at this earlier. This is the client format. It doesn't really explain what any of them are or what U32 will be interpreted as, because this is not something that I know a lot about. I think that probably I feel like it wants it to be bytes instead of U32s, but maybe if I make it U32 it will work. We'll see. Just gonna fail to build completely. Field is private. Mismatched types. Okay, whatever. I'll just make it public for now. Expected slice found array. Oh yeah, because I made it a two-dimensional array. And so even if I slice it like this, it's still going to be wrong because it's an array of 240 elements. Wonder if I can slice that. Probably not. Yep, I knew this was going to be a problem. All right. So the problem is that I'm doing it as a two-dimensional array, and instead I need to do it not as that. So 240, 256, 61140. Oh no, 61440. And then drop PPU. Again, are going to make you 32, 61440. And everything's going to break. 75. Okay, and so the way that this works is that you want to index x times 240 plus y. Alright. And then on 101, we're going to index it to cycle times 240. Plus okay. Okay, so data is dead. We don't need data anymore. Data. Oh no, you're real. But in here, you're not. So we're just going to go ahead and blow this away completely. And then this becomes CPU.get frame buffer. This becomes U32, hopefully. 57. $94. Oh, you expected a file. How silly of you. So that's better. Forgot that this is a function. And then this O thing. How did I make that work over here? I mean, I guess I just did it that way, huh? Okay. Here we go. It's building and running, but nothing is happening. I'm not sure what I did that broke it. Let's see here. So this is not a real thing anymore. Just gonna go ahead and blow that away. Oh, I still have this while true CPU execute. That's why. Gotta blow that away, and then I gotta actually do it somewhere else, which is in show textures, I guess. Once we're done with that, we'll run CPU.execute right there. And then I still didn't delete the infinite loop. It's just even more infinite now. Alright, show me the money. By the money, I mean a gray square. Oh, cool. I wonder how that happened. Overflowed its stack. What? Okay. I must have some sort of infinite recursion going on here. And it must be happening before it can draw the window, I guess. What happens if I just don't execute the CPU? Does it still blow up? The array is too big, I think. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Except it should be the same size. I don't know why it would suddenly get bigger. Yeah, you're probably right. Alright, fine. Just make it a vector. And then this will be with capacity 61440. Well, and now it's going to explode because there's nothing in it, probably. Yep. Oh, texture data size mismatch. That's fun. Okay. I think that is basically... Do-do-do-do. Oh, I probably have this backwards. Yep. Okay, so that didn't explode. It is all black. And I feel like it was supposed to be all gray when I was printing it before. But at least it's running, so that's good. Progress. Um, I bet it's all black because it's interpreting it as being only one color. Because it's because I have it as U32 instead of this way. Let's see if that helps. Oh, cool, Imgui. Yeah, I know almost nothing about it, but it seemed like the best thing to go with. Okay, well, that didn't help. If I leave it as U32, it's a black square. If I leave it as a bunch of U8s, then it's a transparent square, I guess, which probably means that the U8 format is not actually in the same order. Or is there like a way to specify raw image 2D? From RGBA reversed, so that's probably useful. Data with height format. From raw RGB, from raw RGBA. From raw RGBA reversed. No, that's not what I want. It's close though. The problem is that I have ARGB right now. Or, yeah, ARGB. I could probably fix that. Let's do that, huh? All I need to do is move these empty alpha channels. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. Okay. Give me something that's grayish. Okay, black is back. Oh, and now it's got red dots. That's exciting. That looks sort of like it might be trying to be Donkey Kong. See if it does that consistently. Yep. All right, well. It could still be wrong, I guess. But it seems reasonable. It's Vim, actually. Sorry to bust your bubble. What is going on here, buddy? Alright, well, we're drawing something anyway. That's good. That's progress. Do I try to figure out what's going on here? Or do I assume that I have a bug somewhere else? Hi, Lila. I'm drawing something. I don't know what it is, but I'm drawing something. Also, I'm being shamed for not using Emacs. I feel like I should take a screenshot of this. It's the first ever output from this emulator. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's just some stripy lines that are very slowly growing. It's kind of alarming, to be perfectly honest, but it's something, like you say, it's a start. Alright, so what are we going to do now? I think the next thing to do is to figure out, because I think the CPU is probably, like, stuck. So let's just print it out, A. These all want to be hexes, actually. X, Y, PC, self.regs.x, self.regs.y, self.regs.a should have been at the beginning. Oops. Any materials you would recommend for learning Rust? Yeah, so the Rust book is excellent. It just gets stripier. Yeah, the Rust book is excellent. Rust by example is very helpful. As with most things, doing it is the best teacher. Just like write a bunch of Rust. Okay, so are we stuck in a loop? That looks like a loop to me. 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. I wonder if there's like a 6502 fetcher boy executing micro operation something, which is UOP. Okay, actually, instead of doing that, I should fetch and decode, which actually is the underscore version of that. I should print every operation that is decoded. decoded operation colon squiggle sharp x op and go. What ROM is outputting there? Donkey Kong. You can tell on account of it's red. Alright, so how long does it take us to get into this infinite loop? Really not a long time. C79E doesn't seem like the right reset vector either, is it? Because I know I looked this up before. Yeah, I didn't think so. FF48. I think maybe I just fetch it from the ROM? Or I try to do that? Da, 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 da. Right, so the reset vector is FFFC, FFFD. And at FFFC, FFFD. Yep. Da, 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 da. So that's what I think is at that location. Let's just calculate it manually, shall we? So I think that the mapper is the one that will do that, right? So let's just call that directly then and see what it thinks it is. Let calc BC equal mapper dot, I think there's like get byte, yeah. Get byte 0x FFFD left shift 8 or mapper dot get byte 0x FFFC. It's gonna be calc PC actual reset vector. Attempt to left shift with overflow. Thanks, Rust. Good looking out. As U16. As U16. Alright. Alright, well, it looks like it's correct, even though it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Unless I screwed up in the mapper or I have a bad ROM. Either of which I guess is possible. Oh, I have to do RAM. That's probably not great. Nice. Okay. 2 kilobytes of internal RAM. Or, well, hang on. So, we gotta look at the mapper. This is number 0, I guess, NROM. PRG RAM, 2 or 4 kilobytes, not bank switch, only in family basic, but most emulators provide 8. All banks are fixed. Family basic only. I don't know what that means. Family basic, released by Nintendo Sharp and Hudson, contains 2 kilobytes. So this is not a real thing then. There is no RAM. I was in the bathroom. What did I miss? Well, I don't have RAM implemented, but it looks like there is no RAM, so it's fine. I should probably panic here, though. Just to see if anything is actually trying to do that. This looks correct to me, though. The banks are fixed. Last 16 kilobytes of ROM or mirror. I wonder which one this is. First kilobytes of ROM or last kilobytes of ROM. Program upper, program lower. I feel like this has got to be right. Like, there's not enough going on for me to have screwed this up. So, all right. I probably should have written a thing that turned opcode numbers into their names, but can always just do this. 78. SEI set interrupts. So I probably just don't have interrupts at all. D8 clear decimal. Yeah, that's good. Good call. Loading immediate. Okay, so I'm guessing that there's basically no interrupts at all, and it's not getting, it's like waiting for an interrupt and then not progressing. Let's also print out where it accesses memory, actually. That'll probably give us a good clue. CPU memory access at : squiggle sharp x address. Do you have NMIs on vblank implemented? Not really. I have vblank, but I'm not sure like where the NMI happens. Yeah, so that's probably my problem then. Alrighty. Two 1-bit registers inside the PPU control the generation of NMI signals. Frame timing and accesses to PPU control and PPU status. Change these registers as follows, regardless of whether endings enabled. Start of vertical blanking, set NMI occurred to true. End of vertical blanking, sometime in pre-render scan line, set NMI occurred to false. Read PPU status, return all status of NMI occurred to bit 7, then set NMI occurred to false. Write to PPU control, set NMI output to bit 7. PPU pulls NMI low, blah, 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 blah. Old emulators and race conditions. Okay. So when the CPU checks for interrupts and finds that the flip-flop is set, it pushes the processor status register and return address on the stack, reads the NMI handler's address, clears the flip-flop, and jumps to the address. Okie dokie. You have bad memory, but Lila, you wrote it all down. So this is Lila's blog. Interrupts, vblank, and name tables. Yes, we need to handle NMI. There we go. And fortunately, it should be relatively easy to generate some sort of signal anyway. Because, alright, so start of vblank. PPU status is set v blank, set NMI occurred, struct PPU. So many fields, most of them wrong. Oh well. NMI occurred. Which of those is actually supposed to be doubled? I guess both of them. Okay. Cool. And then the other one is NMI output. But NMI output, I guess, is only set based on PPU control, which I already have, so who cares? And then if we, at the end of v blank, set NMI occurred to false, which is right here. So PPU.NMI occurred true. Clear NMI false. And then if you read PPU status, which is get reg, I guess, it has a side effect. Watch out that you don't set NMI on every cycle in scan line 241, but only on cycle 1. Yeah, you're right. It's not going to be every cycle, but it is going to be wrong. I wonder if that's why my thing gets so stripy. But yeah, so it's supposed to be only on cycle 1, which is when we go to fetch NT. But I think actually... what's going on here? I mean, I guess I'll just do and_tile equals 0. Just like I did down there. I'm not actually sure how I get here. So maybe I should make sure that I actually get here. Go. Missing NMI occurred. Yeah, that's fair. Just all this extra junk. NMI occurred. False. Do I ever hit that? That looks like no to me. So, okay. What dumb thing am I doing? Which is that there are no sprites on this scan line. So I just push all this crap and I never clear it. So what I should probably do clear v blank, or set v blank rather. $241. If scan line equals 241, PPU.Q push front PG state op BG op set v blank tile. This shouldn't matter. Scan line is going to be just scan line. And then that's going to go at the end, right? Because this is the idle cycle, so it should be the very first thing. So it's actually be at the beginning. Alright. So that happens, and then you do this for one less, and then else. Do this the whole time. Obviously there are better ways to do this, but that should be good. And then we need to implement bg op set v blank Let's dang it. PPU file scanline, which doesn't matter because none of those are used. PPU dot. I mean, I guess it is used. So then all we need to do is do this bit, and we'll blow this away. And now we should hit it. The heck, dude? Got to be doing one or the other of these, right? What? I mean, I guess maybe it just hasn't made it that far because it's running slow because it's printing everything. Yeah, that's probably why. Side note. I've been waiting too long for the side note. I was going to read it out loud, but now I've just said side note and then had done nothing since. Oh, the actual side note is above side note. Okay, well that was unclear. That's interesting. I wonder why it's going so goddamn slow. I wonder if it would be better if I ran it as release. This is going to take a minute to compile, unfortunately. Also, I'm obviously doing something wrong because that was only one scan line and it was like striped all the way across the whole frame buffer. So obviously somebody somewhere doesn't agree on where pixels go. So slow. This is one of the major drawbacks of Rust is how long it takes to compile anything. It's not so bad on a new compile, or it's not so bad on an incremental compile, but the new compile is very slow. Nope, still incredibly slow. Huh. I wonder what's happening. I'm probably doing something every single second that I really shouldn't be doing every single second, but I don't know what that would be. Or it's possible that the overall design is very slow, but I don't think that's it. BG no up is at the very beginning of every scan line. So it's basically just executing a scan line every couple seconds, and I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the shenanigans in the actual UI, because I bet if I do, actually let's use this. Yeah, so I ran it without the render, and if I run it without the UI, then it's fast. So it's something, I'm doing something hilariously stupid in the UI, clearly. Forgot what I was doing there for a second. No, that can stay. We just want to get rid of, which panic did I hit? I hit 150. Just this, that makes sense because you get 240 before you get 241. And then it's just, yeah, we'll make sure that we hit the V blank state with a panic in there. Go. Okay, good. So it panics at line 160. Start here, as it should. Okay, so it's setting NMI occurred now. And then we need to decide how we're actually going to like implement that. Are there any other interrupts that can come from the PPU? And if there are, do I care at the moment? The answer to that second thing is no. Let mute NMI equal false. If self.nmi occurred and self dot what's the thing that I want here? Get reg with an address. I mean, I guess it's PPU control, right? Self.regs.PPU control and 0x80 is greater than 0. And NMI has occurred. NMI equals true. And then we're just going to return NMI. Right, that's what I just did, right? Unless you were talking about something else and I got confused. And then what we want to do is let NMI equal, yes, okay. PPU.run, and then if there's an NMI, then we have to do all that junk that we just read off of NESDev wiki, which is here, I guess. Nope. Okay, yeah, there we go. Push the processor status register and return address, which I guess is the current PC, on the stack. Reads the NMI handler's address from FFFA, FFFB, clears the flip-flop and jumps to the address. Okay. Go ahead and implement that. Push status, then address. I don't suppose that sets any flags or anything, huh? Probably not. There's so many things like this where it's like, well, in a real project, I would factor this out. But considering how little time I have left, seems like a bad idea. Hello, kitty. CPU.regs.p is the status for processor. It's not S, that's the stack. And then we want to do get PC, I guess. So that's 32 bits. Or not 32 bits, 16 bits. Cat, you're sitting on my mouse again. Why do you do this, Cat? Okay. Yes, you're a good boy. Get the hell out of my way. Push first address, then PC. No? What? What address? The PC is the address. Isn't it? PC, then PSW. It says here, pushes the processor status register and return address on the stack. But that could easily be wrong. NESDev is kind of garbage. So let's check 6502 reference, which is what I was looking at before, for return from interrupts. Pulls the processor flags from the stack followed by the program counter, which, yes, would mean that you are correct. Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles. In what order? I wonder. What did I do for RTI? And how did I do it? I did pull P, PCL, PCH in that order. I don't know if that's right, but as long as it's agreed on, it should be fine. Which means that we want it to be in this order. Right? P, PCL, PCH. Reverse order. Whoops. It's not a CPU itself, that's why. No field regs on PPU. Okay. That's true. I decided it was a silly distinction. All right. So let's go back to printing these things. See if we ever get out of that infinite loop right at the beginning, or if an NMI ever fires. Oh, you know what I didn't do is actually do the jump. Duh. Okay, so self.mapper.get byte. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. FA, FB, and I forget which one goes on top, but it's basically the same as the reset vector. B is top, A is bottom. B is high byte. Okay. Yep. All right. So get byte 0x FFFB left shift 8 add U16. Right. Let NMI adder equal that, or self.mapper.get byte 0x FFFA as U16. And then we want to do the actual jump, which basically I just set the PC. When's the deadline? Friday. 2 days. I'm in trouble. I'm probably not going to make it, but that's okay. You can make it. Yeah, I could make it if things go well. I'm not giving up. So I probably don't need to do all of this nonsense normally. How much time do I have per day? Like, I don't know, a couple hours, 2 to 3. I started today at 7:30 p.m. and I want to go to bed around 11, so I could probably do 3 hours if I'm diligent. Yeah, so I'll just set it, right? Like PC, do I have a set PC? Nope. Self, actually, you know what? I can just do this directly. Self.regs.pch equals self.papper.get byte 0xFFFB. Self.regs.pcl papper get byte FFFA. And then that ought to do it. What? Oh, it's because I'm not passing no capture. That's why. Like, why isn't it printing anything? Wow, this is interesting. Oops. Text logging is painfully slow. You are correct. Still, this seems excessive. Well, I guess we are on Windows, which makes everything worse. Let's just see if we hit it at all, huh? That's interesting. So it doesn't seem to be getting set. I wonder if PPU control's initial state is wrong. I thought I looked this up already, but power up state. PPU control comes up as 0. So let's see if it's ever written to. Nope. Oh, I guess it could be. Doesn't seem like it. Where do those addresses live again? CPU, memory map. I got some shit going on, man. This is not great. Right, so 2000 to 2007 is where that's supposed to be. Wait, what? PPU control is 2000. Yeah, I know that. It looks like what's going on here? Are we ever writing to anything? CPU.setByte is getting called a lot. There should be, okay, here we go. So this is it. So if the address is less than 2000, we mask it off. If it's in the exact range of 2000, whatever. Okay. Okay, well that's good. Writing to CPU register at address adder. See which one it is. Okay, address 2000. Great. So then when we call PPU set reg, oh, it's probably ignore write while in reset. That's the problem, and we're not doing. Yeah, we're doing absolutely nothing. Cool. I thought I fixed this. In set vblank, in fact. Oh, no, yeah, right here. So we do set that eventually, but obviously that's not getting executed. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. The scan line is 261. Am I not executing that scan line? Because that one I think is real, right? Like it does something. Where's the file I'm looking for here? Too many reference tabs again. Where's the stinking... Here's my NTSC timeline. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so 261 is a real ass thing. This obviously is not getting executed, so why not? If scanline equals... Yeah, this ought to work, so do your thing. 781, huh? Yeah, that's the wrong thing to do. I mean, I guess I could panic here just to see if I make it past that point. 457. Right here, yeah, we do that. Okay, so we are hitting that point, right? We are moving out of reset. We don't ever set it back to false, so it should be good. We should make it past that point on like the next cycle or the cycle after that. Except, apparently, we don't. Huh, interesting. So we must stop writing before the PPU comes out of reset. Right? That loop must be something else. Is there anything else on PPU power-up state that might indicate that we've moved on? Plus is often set. That's helpful. Thanks, friendo. This reset signal is set on reset, cleared the end of vblank by the same signal that clears the vblanks by 0 and overflow flags, except to write to register while it is being cleared has no effect, which explains why writes are ignored. Right, that's what I was doing. Oh, I'm not setting PPU status, am I? Oh no, I am. Or equal not 80. That's the opposite of what I want. Why am I doing? Why? Why did I do that? There we go. Okay, so now we're going to successfully write to PPU control, which means we should enable NMI, which means we should hit that explosion. Not yet implemented, 792. Oh, okay, so we're writing to PPU mask. I don't think it has anything interesting to do, so self.PPU mask equals value. What does it do exactly, PPU mask? Show background in leftmost 8 pixels of screen. What a weird thing to do. Bits 3 and 4 enable the rendering of the background and the sprites. Bits 1 and 2 enable rendering of the background and the sprites in the leftmost 8 pixel column, which is super weird. I guess because of glitchy. There's some emphasis bits, which I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. Bitwise and with 30 on any value read from PPU, both on the display and through PPU data. Writes through PPU data are not affected. Black colors become non-black gray. 5, 6, and 7 control the color emphasis or tint effect. Alright, whatever. I don't care about that stuff, I guess. At least not for now. Okay, and now we hit 796, which is register 5, which is scroll. I thought this didn't scroll. Donkey Kong. Oh well, I guess we'll just write to it. Maybe it's setting it to 0 then? Whatever. Maybe I should print that out. Just so I don't get bit. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yep, setting PPU scroll to 0. Twice, for some reason. Alright. Assertion failed self.ram equals 0. Oh, well, yeah, okay. That's because that's completely irrelevant. Where is that assertion anyway? 2207. This was from back when I was running a NES test, so that can go away. Panic that not yet implemented PPU 800. So now it's writing to PPU address. That's interesting. Okay. First it loads an address into PPU address. After reading PPU status to reset the address latch, write the 16-bit address of VRAM you want to access here upper bytes first. Alright, so time to add another field here. Am I using latch low anywhere? Nope. Literally is just a register. What's it supposed to do exactly? PPU registers, where are you? Registers. I guess the latch thing is the address latch, which I didn't really I don't know. I guess I saw the future. Cool. I don't remember that at all, but that's fine. So that's 6. Let's do latch cleared as a bool. And then we'll do, oops, stop being dumb. There we go. If self.latch cleared, self.latch low is equal to value, self.latch cleared is equal to false, else self.latch high is equal to value. Okay, and then when I initialize this dumb thing, latch cleared is going to be false, or actually I guess it's true. It starts off cleared. Okay, and then I need to, when I read, latch low is address 4? I don't know what I thought was happening. OEM address, latch low, latch high. I don't know what I thought I was doing here at all, honestly. Let's just unimplement these because they are unimplemented. And then 5 is scroll. Six is PPU address, which is just not here at all. Weird. And then 7 is PPU data. Okay. Same thing here. We'll just get rid of this, turn this into a 5, and then copy this. Oops, that's a 6. My bad. 6. Mute. Okay, and then what I was trying to do was anytime you read PPU status, it clears the address latch. So self.address or self.latch cleared is equal to true. And that's not ideal vis-a-vis Rust because I don't actually have mutable access to that, but I should be able to just change it on account of no one's really paying attention. Which CPU 2053, which means this becomes mutable, which is not good. Really, what I should do is use a cell. You think I forgot the 6? I think you're right. Solely because that absolutely sounds like something I would do. Actually, I forgot the 4. Okay, let's actually fix this. Instead of... Alright. is the first time I've ever had to use a cell. Standard cell get the reg. Turn this back into the self. Struct PPU. Turn this into cell pool. And what we want to do is dot set and then dot get. Dot set true, because we get to lie to Rust. And then there we go. And then when we do latch clear down low, this also probably needs to be a dot set. And then this should be a dot get. And then this needs to be cell new true. Is that gonna work? Hey, okay, good. Now what are we gonna explode on? Line 817, which is register 7, which is what again? Data, PPU data. Interesting. I wonder if it's trying to populate the name table or something? So we're going to get a U16 address of this by just returning self.latch high left shift 8 as U16 or self.latch low as U16. And then we're just going to say for 7, we want to do self.mapper dot we don't have a set byte PPU currently. Probably need to write one of those, huh? I don't think we have a set byte anything actually, but set byte PPU mutable self. Return nothing. Let's look at that memory map again. Too much junk open in my tabs. There we go. Okay. Normally map to the name table address space from 2000 to 2FF. Okay, let's just double check NROM, make sure it doesn't do anything stupid. Doesn't say anything about that. It has 8 kibibytes of ROM, but that's not a problem. So I'm guessing since it doesn't do anything dumb, as listed, it must just map it to the normal place, which is 2 to F, I guess. And that makes sense. What about the pattern table, though? How does that get written to? I guess it's probably set in ROM, huh? Where is that mapped? Doesn't say. Where am I treating that as mapped? Less than 2000? Okay, makes sense. Yeah, it's sure ROM, okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Where was I? I know where it is. I don't really need to click through, but okay, whatever. So it lives at 3000 or whatever. Yeah, there it is. Lives at 2000. Set byte PPU. Assert address is greater than or equal to 3000 U16, and adder is less than 3F00. No, that's palette RAM, so it must be RAM. So 4000. And then if we are greater than, or no, if we're less than what? 3000? No. I should just start with palette RAM. So, if address is greater than 3F00, then let effective adder equal adder and how many bits are you? 4? So 0x0f. No, 5. 1f. And then we're going to do self.palette RAM brackets effective adder as u size equal to, oops, needs a value. Right? And then otherwise, same difference, except that it's not palette RAM, it's chur RAM, and the effective address is 3FF. Go. Oh, didn't add it to the trait. Should do that. Go. I really need to figure out why it's stopping every. $817. Guess who didn't finish doing the thing that he was doing? Set by PPU to self.getLatch value. And then I think you're supposed to increment it, right? Or this isn't OAM data, it's PPU data. After access, the video memory address will increment by an amount determined by bit 2 of 2000, which is PPU control. Bit 2, VRAM address. 0 is add 1, 1 is add 32. Okay? So again, just going to go ahead and break this up. Self.latch high is equal to value, right shift 8 as U8. Self.latch low is just equal to value as U8. Because it'll be easier this way. Self.set latch, or let increment equal if self.PPU control and 0x02, no, 04 is greater than 0, then it's 32, else it's 1. And then self.set latch, self.get latch plus increment. Okay. Nope. Almost worked. Expected U8 found U16 because I didn't put brackets around it. Go. Needs parentheses. Cannot borrow is mutable. Why not? Oh, it's probably because this is, nope, don't know why. Cannot borrow data in an RC as mutable. Uh-oh. What is the mutable version of an RC then? Cannot borrow data in an RC as mutable. Oops. Unlike RC, ref cell represents signal, blah, blah, blah. With the ref cell, you enforce it at runtime. Immutable borrows at compile time. Man, what a butt. Guess who should have written a real bus abstraction? Okay. For once, Rust is actually getting in my way. That's sort of annoying. I guess it's good that I never had to write to anything before. Well, whatever. Let's just hack around it, shall we? Ref cell. I'm sure there are lots of things that won't work here. Just go ahead and run it. I'm all for it. Yeah, you got to just occasionally do some violence to your program's structure when you're on the clock. This is exactly the kind of thing that I yell at, or not yell at, but shame coworkers for doing all the time. Right, expected ref cell. Okay. Where else do we have an RC? Ref cell. Ref cell. Yep, and now you're gonna fail a bunch of other places. 819. How do you do this again? I think you need to do like take or something like that is what the method is called. Don't remember. Rust ref cell. Borrow mute or get mute. Get mute returns a mutable reference. Borrows it mutably at compile time. So you probably want borrow mute. Okay. Borrow mute. $628. Borrow. $610. Borrow. Oops. Borrow. $576. Cat, what are you doing? 50. Just put borrow on all the lines. I guess I could do this with a search and replace, huh? I would sort of rather look at it so that I can see all the places that just make sure that none of them fuck anything up. I mean, have negative results. Sorry, Twitch. Okay, that's got to be in the CPU. Borrow all the things. Attempt to shift left with overflow, which is in the other file, obviously. K32. Oh, gotta cast first. Okay, there we go. Nope, not quite. Just gotta actually new it up correctly. That's in main RS. RC new ref cell new. Gotta import ref cell. Cell ref cell. Hackety hack. Okay, broke a bunch of my other test stuff too, which really doesn't matter, but it's gonna make me fix it anyway. So I guess it's fair. Cell ref cell. Oh, I need to test. Boop. And then ref cell new. Alright, and now it should run. Okay, good. So we're gonna chew on this for a little while. Be incredibly slow for no good obvious reason. Panicked at assertion failed. 87. Okay. In the mapper. Writing something to address something. Value address. Also, I'm going to turn off the CPU memory access stuff because it's printing too much. Hopefully it'll run faster now. Probably not. Yeah, it's still stutter stepping and I still don't know why. Address 20. That's interesting. Let's see where we were before that. Set reg. Set byte BPU. Okay. That's interesting. So what's going wrong here then? Well, for one thing, I should also be probably actually clearing the latch here, huh? Okay. What's going on here? The PPU data read buffer. Well, that's not what we're doing. That seems fine. Valid addresses are 0 to 3FF. Higher addresses will be mirrored down. But we're trying to write to ROM, it looks like. I should probably just trace every time one of these is called for a moment. Go! Kaboom! Alright. Setting low latch value to 20. New latch value is 20. Setting high latch value to 0. New latch value is 20. It must go the other direction. That's the only thing that makes sense. High. High. Low. Oops. Low. Does it say that? Upper byte first. It does. My fault. Alright. Oh, we still explode. Oh. That is just flat out wrong, is why I guess. Or is it? I think I just got that completely incorrect. Yeah, name table start at 2. I don't know why I don't know what the hell I was thinking there. Yeah, 2000 does sound better than 20. Okay, so please load the name tables. Oh look, you exploded. But I told you to, so it's okay. 2210. Hey, an NMI occurred. I've made so much progress. You know what? Let's panic on return from interrupt, just to, Hey! Stop that. Cat's eating a plastic bag. Alright, maybe not. Okay, go. I should probably run this with graphics again, huh? Although it's unbearably slow, so we're gonna have to figure out why that is. Not yet implemented, 803. Address 3 of the PPU registers. OAM address. Oh, we're trying to do sprites now, huh? Mr. Big Boy thinks it can do sprites. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take a break for just a second here. This seems like a good point to refill on water and wine and just generally take a second. I will be back in, I don't know, 3 minutes. I have returned. All right. I am reprovisioned. Let's get back to it. So, also, welcome everyone. I see we're up to 14 viewers. If you're new here, haven't caught a stream before, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to write an NES emulator in 2 weeks or less that is capable of running Super Mario Bros. 3. Currently we're testing on Donkey Kong because it doesn't use a lot of the quote-unquote advanced features. So we're trying to get that rendering and running and blah, blah, blah. Currently, we can draw some diagonal red lines, which is progress. OAM address. Write the address of OAM you want to access here. Most games just write 0 here and then use OAM DMA. DMA is implemented in the 2A03 and works by repeatedly writing the OAM data. Set to 0 during the sprite tile loading interview of the pre-render and visible scan lines. I doubt I'm doing that. So maybe I should do that. Yep, not doing that. Okay, so 257 to 320. If we take a look at our NTSC timeline, that's this part, the part where the sprites are doing name table fetches, provided that it's a visible or pre-render scan line, which I think is the only time my sprite cube gets there. Right, because there's no sprites on these scan lines, so we just stall, okay? And then, oh, I bet I know why. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, whatever. So, basically at every cycle of that period, it is cleared. Yep, okay, so if you are in not clear OAM, the other ones, reset OAM address, test sprite does it, write OAM does it, check overflow does it, read OAM bugs does it, although we'll never see that happen. Fetch name table, fetch attribute table, fetch sprites. All of these. Okay. What you doing, weirdo? Okay, so that's that, and now I need to actually, implement the thing. This, I guess, is literally just set it, because OAM is small, so that should be easy. Address 3, OAM adder equals value. I'm sure the very next thing that happens is that it writes the OAM data. Writes to OAM adder reliably corrupt OAM. Then you can write all 256 bytes. It's also the case that if OAM adder is not less than 8 when rendering starts, the 8 bytes are copied to the first 8 bytes. Interesting. Hello, kitty. Cat is back. Sitting on my lap. Observe. Stop shaking. There we go. He's a good boy. He's so cute. Cat break. Alright. Same position here as well. They like warm laps and to prevent useful work from being done. Alright. OAM data. Is that what actually happened? We exploded. Address not implemented 4014. That's OAM data. Or OAM DMA, rather. Super kitty. This port is located on the CPU. Writing X will upload 256 bytes of data from CPU page X0 to XF to internal OAM. Usually internal RAM. The CPU is suspended during the transfer. That's interesting. But the PPU is not? And it takes 513 cycles. How long is VBlank? I guess it's longer than that, yeah. One dummy read cycle while waiting for writes to complete, plus one if on an odd CPU cycle, then 256 alternating read and writes. Hello, kitty. So, what do we want to do here exactly? He's so fluffy. Okay, so this is going to be sort of tricky in that the PPU doesn't really have any way to suspend the CPU currently. We could achieve basically the same effect by just ticking the PPU a bunch of times, I suppose. That's a bit hacky, but it's not the end of the world, really. Is the PPU supposed to be doing other stuff also while this happens? It's not necessary to get SMB3 working, just saying. What, isn't OAM DMA? It seems like it would be. It says it's the only effective method for initializing all 256 bytes of OAM. Stalling the CPU, yeah, fair. What I was wondering, though, Lila, and maybe you know the answer to this, is whether the PPU is doing its normal thing while OAM data, or while the OAM DMA is running, or if it's just dedicated to doing the DMA. It seems like it would be that because that seems, you know, like what it would have to be doing. What did it say? It said something about what's implemented in where. I read something, it said something about, so the port is located on the CPU. It continues doing its thing. Yeah, I was afraid of that. All right. Well, in that case, I guess we'll just create a new CPU microoperation and pump the queue full of it for 512 or 513 cycles, depending. Registers, OAM. Who's going to look at any more detail on OAM DMA? Yeah, that's what I figured. I pumped the whole 1,000 bytes, or the whole 100 bytes, whatever, immediately. Yeah, I would feel sad doing that. Can I write to the CPU queue, though? No, I can't. So yeah, this is tricky because of where the lines are drawn. So if I call set register, I can't actually do this copying from within the PPU. So I need to do it in the CPU. Okay, so this will work. If address is equal to 0x2000, or no, 4014? No, 2014. What is it again? 2014. 4014. Else if address is equal to 4014 u16 self.ppu.setReg. What would the next one be? 8? Yeah. And we'll just say 14 because that's kind of what it is. Value. Can you read from, actually, yeah, this is a write-only port, so I don't even need to involve the PPU at all, actually. No actual write to PPU, port on CPU. All right, and so then what we want to do is for I in 0 to 6. Okay, so there's one dummy read while waiting for writes to complete, +1 if on an odd CPU cycle, then 256 alternating read-write cycles. Okay, so yeah, it's been a while since I modified the CPU code. Read already exists. We already know how that works. But we probably need like a read DMA. And then we'll have a write DMA. And then microfun. When we implement it, let's go all the way down here. Oh boy. All right, whatever. We'll just stick it right here. Who cares? Microfun. Doodly-doo. Read DMA. It's gonna give you CPU __, I guess. And what we want to do is, well, we're going to need, it's literally right there, we're going to need another internal DMA latch. So DMA latch U8, read DMA, and then DMA address. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do CPU.get byte CPU.DMA address. Oh, this should be a U16, obviously. And we're going to do CPU.DMA latch equals that. And that's all it does. And then write DMA. Does the same thing, except it's got to be CPU.PPU. Oops. Because it wants to write to the OAM, which I think lives in the PPU, right? Yep. So I need to add like a write to OAM command. Let's go ahead and do that. Easy. Pub fun write OAM and mute self value U8, address U16, or no, the address can also be a U8, I guess. Or should be, rather, because it has to be small enough. Self.oam brackets address is equal to value. Easy. So then here, all we have to do is self.ppu.set.oam. That's what I called it, right? No, write OAM. Write OAM. CPU.dma address as U8. And then CPU.dma latch. And then CPU.dma address. Dot wrapping add. Or, well, starts at XX0. So I guess wrapping add is not strictly necessary, but whatever. Okay, and then when we initialize the CPU, which is right here, we need to add DMA latch 0, DMA address 0, and then okay, and so now what we want to do is we're going to start with oh, sorry, buddy. Push front, microphone, no op, because it just does 2 dummy reads that don't do anything. Or, yeah, 1 dummy read that doesn't do anything. If odd cycle, another no op. And then push front, read DMA, write DMA, and then that ought to do it. Do I have a cycle counter in the CPU? I feel like I do. Huh, I guess not. Thought I did. Well, I will now. Cycle count 0, and then literally every time at the end of this execute call, self.cycle count dot wrapping add 1. Okay, and then I have that to do if CPU or self cycle count and 1 is greater than 0, do a second no op. Or leave this comment here to explain what I'm doing. Oh, this is supposed to be a comma. Yeah, we know. As you size. Use of possibly uninitialized effective address, 2144. Oh, that's because this doesn't set anything. And so in that case, we need to return. Oh, except I'm not setting the address correctly, so let's do that. Self.dma address equals value left shifted 8. Value as U16 left shifted 8. And that ought to do it. Okay, DMA should work now, hopefully. I should probably check if it's ever actually executed. Hey, look, an explosion. Index out of bounds. Length is 32, the index is 32. Huh. Secondary OAM is overflowing. That's not supposed to happen. Did we modify? What's going on here exactly? Also, I figured out why I was running so slow. I forgot I was dumping every frame to a pixel bitmap format thing. That's why it's so slow, just in case you were wondering. Okay, much better. Go much faster, please. Hey, look at how much faster it is. Alright, this is a curious problem. Cat, you're so demotivating. What is the deal here? Let's do this, huh? So we can see what's going on. Okay, you exploded. Read write, read write, read write, read write, test sprite. So test sprite is detecting a lot of sprite hits, I guess. This is a good sign, by the way, because previously my OAM was all zeros all the time, and so I couldn't really test it. So it's not that surprising that something is broken. Read, write, read, write, read, write, read, test. Hello. Welcome aboard, Mikhail BR. Welcome to my stream. I'm trying to write an NES emulator in less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks or less rather, using Rust as my language of choice. And I'm trying to figure out why I'm overflowing my sprite memory, and I just figured it out. And it's, well, maybe not actually. 1, off, 2, off, 3, off, 4, off, 1, okay. Yeah, so that's not why. Uh, 488, it's right here. Stick with that. Get rid of this again. Okay, so I guess we're not going into sprite overflow when we expect to. So either we're not incrementing sprite count when we should be, because we have the cycle wrong, I guess. I am from Brazil, but I'm trying to see live in other languages to get more knowledge. Well, welcome. Lila, aren't you from Brazil? Or Spain? Somebody's from Brazil. Can't remember who. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. That's, I really appreciate it. Okay, well, yeah, that'll do it. I'm just calculating wrong the offset. So we're starting with offset 2. No wonder it's not working correctly. I wonder what foolish thing is going on here. Are you a programmer, Mikhail? I'm guessing the BR is for Brazil. Okay, so you're coming in on cycle 70. Oh, I should probably uncomment this, huh? Because that should be offset 0. And then let's put it back because I was missing half the prints. Okay, well that's a different problem. So I'm not sure what just happened there. Let's just undo some changes. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Just Control R back, and this should be a 2 instead of a 3. Okay. So that's 0, 2, 3. What is your Instagram? I don't use Instagram. People tell me I should. I've never really gotten on board with it. I don't know much of anything about Instagram. Offset 0. Offset 0 again. This is obviously not going in the way that I had intended it to go. I bet this is supposed to be a 4. Things still exploded. We're getting 0 twice. This is fairly silly. Okay, so it comes in at cycle 68. Alright. If we take 68, we divide by 8. We get 8. If we add 1, then we'll get 1. Then 72 divided by 8, you get 9, which is 1. Add 1, you get 2. 72 divided by 8. Wait, hang on. 70 divided by 8 is still 8. What dumb thing am I doing here? Alright, 68 divided by 2. Let's do it that way. 34. I'm gonna just like change this completely because it's obviously totally wrong. Alright, so cycle divided by 2 mod 8 minus 1. That's what we're gonna go with. Expected use size, found use 16. Gotta do as use size. Add another one of those. Still dying a lot, huh? Offset 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 5, 6. Forgot to... Maybe this wants to be mod 4, actually. Zero, 1, 2, subtract with overflow. Oh, by doing the mod 4, I end up at 0, and then when I subtract 1, I expect it to wrap back around to 3, but it doesn't. Ugh. Pain in the butt. I'm going to do the subtracting before the modulo, and then that should help. Okay, that looked like it ran longer. It still exploded, which is not ideal. Why did you do 0, 2, 3? What's going on here? Is this like not an even number of scan lines, or like what's going on here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. And that runs just fine right until here where it explodes. Because this time it's cycle 70 instead of cycle 68 of the cycle that ends up there. And the reason for that, of course, is that we didn't get a hit the first time, probably. So if we turn on logging of the sprite uops, that will show us that we did not have a hit on the very first cycle. And obviously that doesn't work the same way. Very foolish of me. Which does mean that I need to change everything, but that's okay. Right, because we did a test and then a test, and that's why it didn't work. What do I have in the beep view? Do I have any kind of... I have a sprite index. What am I using that for? Clearing OAM. I mean, I could just make this actually... Isn't this doing a weird thing where it's like changing from being an index of how many sprites to an index into OAM? Yeah, it is. So, alright, here's what we're going to do. OAM index. And we're just going to get rid of it everywhere. Okay. What is OAM adder anyway? Hang on. Oh, yeah. It's that other thing. Okay. The actual register. So then, doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing a lot of dumb stuff here. What time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I should go to bed. That's why I'm doing everything so dumb. It's because I need to go to sleep. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. So let's just make a quick note here. I have some, I keep some notes on this so that I know what we were doing and what we're going to do and blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, I have notes literally on sprite index because I was screwed up before, screwed up now. Close to output now. Yeah, I almost feel like I should just turn off sprites entirely and let the background run and see if I can get anything to draw. Actually, I will do that before I go to bed. But, okay, so here's the note. Sprite index is horribly broken because it's doing double duty for reading primary OAM and writing secondary OAM. Fix this. I just tried to JK out of Notepad, but whatever. Okay. So let's just turn off the spritey bits, which I think is just this. Anything that starts with sprite, basically. We just won't call the sprite UOP, I guess. Oh, no, we have to, because that's how I'm timing the whole thing. Alright, well, never mind. Oh, I know what I can do. Hang on. Okay. Sprite op. We will just get rid of this bit here. So first I'm going to undo the last couple of things that I did, which was renaming this field sprite op. Gonna go ahead and, like I said, just always not do this. False. Now it should run, yes. Okay. Let's not print quite so much stuff. Okay, I think that's basically everything. No, these guys all print. Okay, and then there's a couple in here, but they're all off. And then there's at least one or two in here that are still on. Okay. And then we're gonna try and run it. Cargo run release. See what we get. Nope, didn't really get any better. Oh well, that's not terribly surprising. I obviously have like some mismatch of expectations in terms of like pixel formats and junk, because this doesn't obviously doesn't look right at all. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some actual output, and we can shoot through all this junk, and it'll be great. Was fun. Thanks, Lila. Glad you enjoyed it. I feel good. I feel much better than I did yesterday. I didn't get anything hardly done yesterday. It's very frustrating. Just wasn't in the right headspace, I guess. But I'm feeling a lot better now. So, yeah, definitely good progress. Hopefully there will be more again tomorrow. But everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. It really means a lot to me that you would take time out of your day to watch me write code on the internet. So please feel free to stop by tomorrow as well. I'll probably start around 7 p.m. Pacific, and look forward to seeing you then. Have a good night.